Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DK64Randomizer.com, where today we have the final qualifier, the qualifier finale, the ultimate, the what's the right word for it? I don't know, it's the last one, you know the drill. It's going to be a good one, and as people jockey for their last bit of points and headed into the bracket, jockeying for seeding, today we got a matchup right for that exactly. We've got GenericDude and BeardBox fighting their way for the last bit of points they can get. They can rise a couple spots. See how well they do. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out for this weekend and beyond. I am LaRock. I will be on the mic for you today, and I am joined by fresh off Fatales, Verdon Ash. How you doing?
Pretty great, thank you very much. Morning, everybody. I'm very excited to have this final qualifier today. We're gonna get to see the final shakeout of positionings. Last pushes for top 32, last pushes for top 64. There's a lot to play for today, so I think it's gonna be an exciting one.
Here we go. Everyone's just about readied up, but let's take a quick look at the start really quick before we get flying. Not a bad one. I mean, it's just a random smattering of moves. And we got Punch to work with. Bongos is nice, Midi's nice, Punch is also nice. I mean, just a lot of stuff to like about it. But nothing particularly leaps out at me. I guess there's nothing bad, so like, I can't really complain. I'll take this start over.
Honestly, any day where I get to have Chunky and Punch as my start, I'm pretty happy. Have to be happy, right? Like, his best move, he's gonna get to do something. We probably get put into a level where it's needed. And then I get Mini Monkey as well. Like, if I find Tiny early, super great. Feels like a great start, which means we're here for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, you already know it. Here we go. Strap in. They're off. Oh, DK rap on main aisle? Oh, he's too good. He's too good to us. He's just too. Generic's just too good to us.
Man's memeing, which I have a huge big love for.
Amazing. Just amazing. Nothing in the sprint cage. Unlucky.
Well, okay.
We'll take a sniper out of camera.
Waiting for that creme to come up.
Not bad. Nothing particularly exciting with sniper right now. We don't have any guns, but we'll have to keep it in mind. We got a galleon level 2. Sans diving. We'll have to see where diving turns up.
But with Punch, we'll give you 2 big checks of the backfield, so that's not terrible.
4 GBs to get into level 2? That's probably pretty average, I think. Maybe enough to get you in early. Oh, Smile Island Fairy. Let's go get that.
Okay.
Let's see what that is.
Lighthouse 2. Kevin?
Actually, pretty decent odds.
Factory upper pipe. Okay. Dirt Oasis.
Diddy can be found by Tiny and Castle, but we don't have Tiny either, so we gotta keep an eye on that. We got a Climb Prod.
Castle Chunky Metal. We got we have Punch, so Pineapple would do it.
Castle Chunky Metal can be a tricky one, but Punch definitely helps a lot. We need a little bit more. We either need, I think, Pineapple or Blast. And Donkey.
Yeah.
I blinked and missed what was it was Coconut on the Small Island Fairy. Wow. That's certainly an excellent move.
Coconut, Sniper. Ooh, we're gonna go in the tree.
Oh, yeah, it's suddenly looking like, wait a minute, hang on, we might be talking tree, huh? Let's take a look. Castle Chunky Metal, Pineapple Punch, or Blast Slam Pineapple. So we actually need Pineapple anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, this is not at all.
There's no way around it. And Castle level 1, so we might end up getting some action here. We may find Pineapple in here, and then you gotta worry about digging up the metal. So how do you route early Castle to just make your life easier for the metal? Do you like put off underground? Even though all the chunky CPs are underground, if you find like Pineapple in the climb, you can get the metal in one trip in the underground. But the climb is kind of bad because you don't have Donkey or Tiny.
True. Though, yeah, and if you get Pineapple, it has to be underground too, because the without Blast, the only. No, actually, we can get to 2 different balloons on the climb up too. We can get the one in the shed and the one in the museum. So it doesn't actually matter which direction you go first. just whichever direction has more checks, I guess. Because you can, if you're going in the underground, you can get the 2 balloons in the dungeon behind the punch things, and if you're going up top, you can get the 2 balloons in those other locations. Ooh, a lanky potion here, but not enough coins. Maybe we can revert back to that for like the 4 lanky coins that are in the mausoleum or whatever.
4 lanky coins in the mausoleum. I think there's like 2 in a tree outside or something. There's not that many lanky coins to work with here, so we're going to be a little bit picky and choosy about our money.
Yeah.
Generic reads his hints and decides he wants the lighthouse instead, so he's headed to Galleon. Castle, not that interesting.
Yeah, I think Lanky has 9 coins in this level. There's the 3 in the greenhouse, the 4 around the mausoleum, the 2 in that tree, like the left of which
Oh my god, but who's going to the greenhouse for money? That's insane.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
in Narnia. The coins are in Narnia in the greenhouse. They're so far out of the way. I guess some of them aren't too bad, but... Oh,
there's 3 in a corner. Oh, okay, well that just fixes your problems right there, doesn't it?
Problem solved. Love that. Rainbow coin. Early. You'll love to see it. Meanwhile, we're gonna get a look from Galleon for Generic. I kind of like this. Getting key 2 in your pocket early is good. I don't think you really go wrong either way, and it's kind of a gamble regardless. It really depends on where, like, Donkey or Tiny are, and we just don't know that, so it's just do whatever, I guess.
Share potion. Oh, don't buy it with Lanky. No,
but he doesn't have
coins.
He has even fewer coins with Chunky, so he kind of has to. And homing ammo is a pretty weak purchase, but...
Don't want to have to come back here, right?
Yo, pick up some homing ammo while you're here. Never mind, you don't have any guns, you can't. That's so sad. Oh, man. Oh, shucks.
Foolish jetpack, which is always good to see, unless you're a huge jetpack fan.
That's good. Good. Sometimes useful information to know. You never know when jetpack just is important, but then doesn't get hinted. Sometimes.
True. I had a scene happen recently where a jetpack was important, but not for like a path that would have resulted in like a standard production, like not a training move, not required to get any Kong. And so I was like, wow, they are not giving me the medals at all, but like they still want me to get the 9. So it was very interesting, I'll say. Like, I had never seen a version of the seed like that. Like, I normally relied on just the medals to like tell me like, oh, do I need medals to seed? And if I don't think that seed, if I hadn't got jetpack 4 hit, I would have actually known to check. So check your jetpack hints, friends. You think you can tell by the medals, not always.
So nothing on Kevin, but Eric's going back into Galleon. What is he thinking? What can you do now? Oh, the punch chest. That might be nice.
Yeah, and shit. Can we do C6 here? We can do C6, right?
You could do sick bay, yeah. Actually, it might be in sick bay. Ooh, BeardBox trying his luck with a cop going up castle. That cop is in a horrible spot, and we don't have a way to kill him. That's really unfortunate. That was a horrendous spot for him. All you can really do in that situation is either, you know, well, you can do 2 things. You can press your luck like he just tried, and you got God. Or you try your hand at, you know, patience, which is a tough sell. I know it's tough, but you just wait for him.
Patience and donk players? That's
yeah. It can't be done. It can't be done. We have to go fast. It's built. It's in our bones. Oh, diving, of course, in Galleon. Love that. Unhinted as of yet. Great pickup for Generic, though. You can get the underwater chest now in Galleon, so the lighthouse is even better. So a little bit of order operations kind of makes things a little bit awkward for Generic, but I mean, you got there in the end.
In the shop with Lanky.
Oh, blast! Oh, wow. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Things we also need to keep an eye on: castle surroundings, key 6, key 8, and DK roll. So maybe we get a peanut, maybe we get a rocket barrel there.
It feels stronger like peanut, for sure.
Peanut you would like a lot more for shipyard access, but Peanut might be on the path to more things than just 3 things, but we'll see. So still nothing for key 2 in the lighthouse area. We are really trying our luck here. The wonkiest ledge grab of all time. We love ourselves some light skew. And BeardBox, second attempt up castle. Here comes the #1 comp on the force today. Oh, whoa.
Careful, careful.
No, just let the light go out. Just let the light go out. Oh, he sneaks by. Oh, he's crazy.
No.
Oh, that's terrifying. All right, key 2 in sick bay. If it's not here, then we need Donkey. Okay, there's key 2. All right, finally. It took forever, but we got there. See if we can find anything interesting in Climbing Castle. Level 3 Factory is pretty nice. We can get the production supply away the Horde. That's pretty good.
Especially with the punch, we're gonna get to clean up a ton of checks.
If we can get in. We gotta be able to get in. And it could start getting expensive now.
We're good. Interesting
camera angle change there as the fairy cutscene happened, but we can get in with 5 GBs. That's very cheap.
Oh, another potion in a castle shop that Generic is left behind.
And there's our pineapple.
Oh no! That means the medal's logic. Oh gosh,
yeah.
It could be something huge, like a training level, but hinted, or it could be something that like gives like a lot more progression, like I don't know, grape shooter.
Or it could just be monkey port. Like you really never know like how useful this item is going to be. It's nice to keep in mind. Ooh, I didn't get a look at that twirl vial. Did that twirl vial have anything? I don't think it did.
I didn't see it as having anything. I thought so.
Any spies in the chat? You're climbing anyway for sure, because you gotta go get that splat up top.
Yeah. But without Tiny, do you really want to go up the conveyor belt to peek it again?
Oh man, I just realized that the castle medal could be a Kong for all we know. Like, that could be like Donkey or Tiny. We just don't know.
Oh, right. We only have one Kong, so it could be like DK there. Oh, it could be DK there.
Let's find out. Not yet. Okay, never mind. We doesn't have barrels for the last 5-pack. Logically, you can kind of like jam yourself into the boulder, kind of like a lot of people do in caves to steal a 5-pack out of the boulder. But he's probably just going to go to the shed, because you're probably just doing the shed. Well, you can't really do the shed.
Nah.
You can get the balloon in the shed. The balloon in the shed is probably faster, but the museum's a huge room for some reason, so it's just kind of like chunky. He may move slow, but...
Oh dear.
Yeah, so some of the enemies in the shed are invisible unless you have Gorilla Gun active, so you just can't hit them.
Like the bats, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a problem. If you have an instrument, you can kill them. It doesn't matter if they're invisible or not. But you can't shoot them. It's kind of a problem. So logically, you need either Pineapple and Gorilla Gun or Triangle. One or the other. The shed isn't quite accessible yet, in logic. If we had Trombone, we could do it out of logic, because then you could just play your Trombone and get in, but we don't have that either.
Oh no! Well, at least we got the 4-pack.
Not too bad. That's like probably the finest spot to fall in production, because the warp is literally right under you.
Easier to push your luck that way. Oh, yo, wait.
Maybe I'm just wrong here. I didn't think this was possible without Gorilla Gun. I thought there were like still enemies you had to kill. Okay, Vine swinging on the metal. That's pretty good. It's not essential yet. So yeah, okay, I was right. You need a little something more to get the last enemies. But Vines is... That's kind of closer to the monkey port side of things on how useful that metal is. It might get you a couple checks early. It has to be in the first couple levels. But it doesn't lock that much stuff. You obviously need it, so it's hinted way the Horde life is good. But it's not a massive advantage to have it going into Factory, for example. There's really not much to do with Vines in Factory. Okay, we just get every donkey meat, I guess.
Coconut? Are we getting a minecart seed to seed?
Are we getting a minecart seed? Are we getting an arcade seed?
Oh god, arcade's possible too.
Oh, Kong in a cage! Kong in a cage alert! Kong in a cage alert! Whoa there. Hey, buddy. Who's up here? This is Donkey or Tiny?
Donkey?
It's Donkey!
Yes, Donkey!
Amazing. There we go. Donkey acquired. He picks up his own GB. What a beast. think BeardBox is at last finished up in Castle, so he is going to be moving on to greener pastures, or bluer pastures as he runs to Galleon.
Not a terrible full clear of Castle, given like all the required stuff you got to do.
Well, Generic hasn't like been in Castle at all, and he's gonna have DK for the Castle climb, which is like way better. Plus, you'll have Coconut, so we won't have to worry about that cop on the way up. It's just gonna work out for him. Speaking of working out, that's a slam on Castle Chunky Metal, or on the Factory Chunky Metal for no reason. Oh, Toy Monster! What the heck?
Oh my god, it's Kaiju Scene now?
And a Chunky K Rule. Okay. Tiny can be found by Donkey and Aztec. That's the next big bit of info.
Tiny on arcade. Tiny's on arcade, isn't he?
No. Aztec. Oh, yeah, no, Aztec. No, we're good. Tiny's not on arcade.
Oh, was Aztec? Oh, I thought it was Factory.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But the Toy Monster is a spicy one. We need a bunch of stuff for Chunky K Rule, so Hunky will be used for Chunky K Rule and the Toy Monster, so we gotta keep an eye out for that. And we got a huge path hint with Punch on the path to Key 2, which we knew it's in the sick bay. Key 6, Key 8, Chunky K Rule, Diddy K Rule. Yowza. Given that the surroundings are on the path to Key 6, Key 8, and Diddy K Rule, the shed is looking real good. A shame that BeardBox didn't get a look at it, what it was, but when Generic goes up there, you'll have bongos, no problem.
Yeah, exactly. The other option is that we got diving off of Punch, and so a diving locked check could just hold this outcome as well for us.
That makes a lot of sense too, but maybe diving gets you, I don't know. I think the surroundings make a lot of sense. Because
it had to be like diving. Diving gets you like saxophone for Tiny to do like the trash can, or diving gets you rock barrel to let you do like peanuts on the top of. It'd have to be something along those lines.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or that would make sense. I tend to favor simpler scenarios. I find that the seeds just generally, if it tells you what it is, the most there's some like Occam's razor going on here, where the most obvious solution is usually the correct one. I saw a potion on Diddy there, or Diddy Chunky Factory, or Diddy Cranky Factory. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Where is Diddy again? Oh, this is a grab solution too. Good job, good call, Generic. This is possibly the. Oh, we don't even call the conflicts. We have to do it vanilla. Chat, rare treat. We're getting to see a vanilla bongos pad.
Not having a Kong that can backflip high is sometimes it just bites you, and this is one of those tricks that gets you.
Very unfortunate, but I mean, almost certainly corrected it.
Oh yeah, life is good. You need to check your grab stuff now. Okay, when I'm solving my hints, I favor simpler scenarios. Inserting moves into a chain in a path is usually a bit of a reach, because then if the simple answer does solve it, you've just lost 20 minutes looking at like checks for no reason.
Yeah, but also we don't have the move to solve the simple solution. We would need like Gorilla Gun or Triangle, theoretically. I mean, any instrument works. So for Generic, you're just doing it on your climb up the castle 100% of the time. So.
Right. But the tricky bit is that you always need Punch for the shed. So Punch will always be on the path to that guy.
True.
So that's why Punch makes so much sense for the shed. And on top of that, we have a solution for Key 2 and Chunky K Rule from Punch, because we got Key 2 already, and we got
wait a minute.
Punch for Chunky K Rule. And so then the Key 6, 8, and Diddy K Rule paths line up perfectly with the shed in the castle surroundings, which we have hinted for the same paths. That's why I'm really in on the shed.
Do you know what other Punch check in the surroundings we have all the items for right now? Chunky Tree Sniping.
You're totally right. Chunky Tree Sniping could fit as well. That's a spicy one. We'll have to see how more hints pan out, because it doesn't seem super likely right now, but we'll see.
I mean, it's Punch locked. It's in the surroundings, and we got fed all the moves early. Blast, Sniping, Pineapple, Punch. I mean, my money's there. Truly it is.
Blast also just got hinted away the Hoard, so +1 to that theory. On our aisles, 1 potion, so just the coconuts, so we're not pounding the X. Hillside to Key 7. That's our first Key 7 hint. And then Castle Underground to Key 8. I don't think we pulled anything out of the Castle Underground yet. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one.
Maybe it's what grab's for? Grab and coconut underground gives us something in that.
Yeah, Donkey Minecart looking pretty good. I think you're onto something here. Nice little counting session there. Thank you, Generic.
Yeah.
Very instructive. Oh wow, BeardBox hadn't even gone to Isles shops yet. Actually, I don't think either of them had. That's kind of wild.
No, but BeardBox got vines, so it's a great time to just like make that choice, right? Like,
right. As soon as you get vines, it's always a fine time to head back there. Right, R&D split? Anything? Nope. He didn't have anything in particular. I just wanted to ask him. You know, he'd been feeling left out. You know, he's sequestered up in R&D. Like he's like flying solo up there.
True. No one wants to do any of the checks nearby him, so he never sees any of the action. Like, he's like a carnival master for a circus nobody wants to go to. Try our charge check. No, okay. Beat the giant monster. No, okay.
It do be like that. R&D is just a mishmash of garbage.
Especially in a level like.
God, I gotta give Generic some credit here. He is plowing ahead. He's at 18 GBs and 4 blueprints. He is trucking along in this seed. Very fast pace.
He's pushing in level 4.
And he's still not.
No, this is.
He's not even going back to castle. He's just plugging along. Let's go to level 4. Let's go.
I think Generic's trying to just get all his comments right away.
Makes perfect
sense. And so, because like I think with the 2 hints, we know Tiny has to be a level 4 Kong. I'm pretty sure. Oh. So. Not enough to get in. That's unfortunate.
Wow. And he's going back, or he's gonna maybe clear some Isles checks before trying to dump his way in. Well, there's fairy number 4,
not
so fair enough.
And we did start with mini monkeys, so probably when I get Tiny, I would be very suspicious of Banana Fairy Isles.
The one thing he'll really want is to get Blast out of Castle before heading to Aztec. With Blast in hand, you can 100% do every donkey check and get Tiny for sure. No problems. But without that Blast, it would be a bit of a gamble. It's like a 3 out of... It's like a 50-50, basically. Okay, a little better.
You can get the metal, the early various tunnels one, not the Sentinel, but the Stronghold one, and then his 5-door. And you wouldn't be able to do like the llama's cage and the quick Sentinel itself.
Yeah.
So
that's like a 2 out of 3 if you include the boss, but the boss is probably a bit of a reach.
Yeah, like that's already a 1-5 to actually be. Well, I guess more like 1-4 to be like on his cage or whatever, or sorry, to be the one who fights the guys.
Yeah, to even be a donkey check at all, like. Alright, BeardBox getting his Kong in the cage, but now kind of brick walled on GBs. I think Generic makes the pretty reasonable choice, so let's just go clear out Castle. This fits pretty well. He's also got all the money out of factory, so he's gonna have 0 money problems. I don't know if he has any rainbow coins, but factory is so loaded on money that you're just cruising. And we can do Donkey Dungeon. Nice. One for the road.
This is actually a good chapter too. Like I know we were thinking about coconut plus grab, but this is like not impossible to have the answer either. You know? So
that's true. What are we looking for in the underground? I guess just anything for key aid.
Yeah, probably an instrument, maybe barrels. If Lanky in there, that could be a thing.
We don't even know. Like we don't even know our helm order. What's our helm order?
Right, God, neither of them's checked us.
They're not gonna tell us. I guess we'll never know.
I know I'm bad about this already. I know that like I forget to check this all the time, but usually I like end up going back up to Snides and first time come back out into the Isles and check it. They do it several times. No one's checked it. Tell me, I want to know.
You'd be so polite as to just take a look for us. I know your strategy might not include it at all times, but come on down, come on. Throw us a bone. Did we check the tiny chasm? Surely one of them did. I didn't get a good look at it. We'll find out if we have to go back later. Exciting times. Having traded places now. We're kind of doing things that the other guy already did. I I don't think BeardBox is getting anything special from what he has. From the Pineapple and Vines edition, I don't think he's going to get a lot more out of it in Factory than Generic will for having DK and Castle. But that might mean that BeardBox gets out of Factory sooner. So if nothing else interesting turns up in Castle, he might be able to get into level 4 sooner. It'll be a little hard to say. There's his Way of the Hoard grab. Make of that what you will. Good luck. Generic might be on his way to go find out. He's headed to the underground. I want to see that minecart, baby. Let's go. Oh, he does have Blast, actually. Blast is pretty useful for Factory. So he'll actually get a look at the arcade first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. It's also good for Donkey's Metal, but Coconut isn't.
We have a very interesting series of different orders.
At its heart, DK64Randomizer.com is a series of... is an order of operations problem. What you pick to do first can send you in completely different directions. The pad just decided, no, you're not checking that dirt patch, Chief. Oh my god. He's got homing ammo. Yes, the homing ammo enjoyers! Up huge! Look at that value for a metal. Unfortunate. It's the thought that counts. Alright, here we go. Donkey minecart. Well, actually, you can also... well, you can't do the crypt. He doesn't have pineapple yet. Pineapple's on the climb. That's another punch check in the underground, so that's another something that could have something for key 8, but... too wild.
I still think this is our most likely solution, so go and checking this.
Donkey minecart fits really well right now, so... I think it is the most likely solution, but it's definitely not a given. There's a number of options. It doesn't have to be anything specific in the underground yet. We don't have any leads that point us to any specific check in the underground. We're just like, oh, we have a Way of the Hoard grab, and we have underground checks required.
We have
Put
Way of the Hoard coconut. Yeah.
There's not that many grab checks in the game. We've seen a couple already. We've seen Factory Lobby. It's not there. Maybe we're about to see the arcade. But Donkey minecart...
Dueling grab checks?
Here we go. BeardBox taking a sensible detour to the shops, of course. This one does. Come on.
Spots. Oh. Blueprint!
It's a blueprint. What do we need grab for?
Arcade, I guess.
Arcade or like the mills? Like
Mills?
there's really not a lot of grab checks.
Are we on Mills Watch again?
There's so few grab checks in the game that it's kind of a question mark. Like, hang on, what are we doing with this grab? We gotta have a look at the arcade. I think arcade for like barrels, something in the first 3 levels that would fit pretty well. Ooh, we'll get some tree action though. Let's go. Factory Lobby was checked by Generic earlier, so it's not that. That's the easiest and, you know, fastest grab check. All the rest of them are kind of bad.
I don't hate this. Chunky tree sniping coming up. And also like, just, you know,
there's
coconut, and so we can do all of them, right?
I'm not forgetting a grab check, am I? Is it actually down to just arcade and the mills?
No, that's correct. Yeah, it's just arcade and mills.
And there's 2 mills checks, so... oh, brother.
And one of them requires punch.
Ooh, chunky tree sniping! Forget I said anything about the shed.
Go.
Forget I said anything! Ash, you're on the money here.
Let's go!
That
sniping was in the hyper location early, so... conserve it.
Alright, arcade. DK arcade. It's a GB!
Oh no, it's in the mills?
It must be in the mills, right? There's nothing else?
Yeah.
Oh, that gets weird. That gets real weird. So 1 mills check requires nothing else, just the grab, and we're good. And maybe a slam, depending on where it is. And then the other mills check needs pineapple, or needs punch and triangle and barrels, at least. Oh boy, this is getting weird.
Wow. Punch being hinted so much does somewhat indicate that it could be the triangle one, but we wouldn't even know what we were triangle. Oh my!
Alright, so... yeah, we just got a whole pile of stuff hinted. Caves Metal rewards key 8, alright. We love our Caves Metals, don't we, folks? Outer Isles, key 6, key 8, DK roll. That has to be Coconut, for what it's worth. Hillside, to the same. Not sure what that's all about. Maybe so tree sniping is looking like 100% the answer now.
Yeah.
Because Coconut hinted on the same path to the surrounding stuff, and Punch. It's basically got to be tree sniping. There's just no way it isn't. And then main caves is foolish. Wow, that's very funny. So main caves is foolish, but oh, by the way, go get some caves medals. That's just toxic, man. Toxic. Oh, we actually, wait, we know we need barrels, don't we? We do know we need barrels because of the chunky timed caged banana and japes. So we are on the lookout for barrels as well. That could end up on the paths. Maybe that's in the tree? That would fit really well. Because then Hillside could be the barrels check. Right, key 6, key 8, DDK roll. So
right, on chunky.
So we can
then
pencil in barrels in the tree, and then something on the hillside. I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe that's our peanut?
No, because maybe, yeah, but like there's something to 8 and Diddy, just on its own, right? So maybe that's just for Rocket Barrel?
Could be Rocket Barrel.
Is Diddy one of our hounds?
Oh
yeah,
my
Diddy
God.
one of our hounds.
Well, BeardBox is killing us because he just ran into Snide's room and then didn't get the helm order, so we're just never going to know, I guess.
On stream being trolled. Oh, Chef got the goods, maybe?
Oh,
Diddy Donkey? Okay, it's Diddy Donkey.
Oh, he did? Alright, never mind. I'm blind. Thank you. Our finest spies in the chat. Oh my goodness, Generic is the luckiest man alive. He almost took a tumble off castle. Holy moly, he got away with one there.
And he's finally getting around to picking up, with that hint that sort of told him to go do it, the, pineapple launcher and bongos and,
I don't even know if that's hinted. I think that's just
there was one package shop open.
It was the downstairs one for Blast.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously homing ammo goes unhinted because it's too cool for hints. Now it's worth noting that at 20-something GBs that Generic's at, he could just run into Aztec and get away with the Horde and the Oasis Store whenever he wants. So it's kind of a question mark of when do you leave here? He probably bails like after Chunky's Metal, maybe to Shed. Oh, he's going straight to the tree. He's like, yep, there's my pineapple, we're going in.
Yeah.
Gimme.
He knows he has to get this, and he knows he has to get Chunky Metal, so he's just gonna get this thing, then he's gonna do Chunky Metal, then he's gonna bail right to Aztec, which I think is, frankly, a great idea.
Let's scoop up Chunky's Metal right now. There's a balloon here, too.
Oh yeah, you can just get them both done right here, and then that room.
Double whammy.
I forgot having gotten the 5 in here when you walk by, so yeah, this is the only access you need.
He's not going to even lose out on anything upstairs in Castle, because BeardBox didn't find anything up there.
No,
so
just the shop.
It's a question of, like, how scared are you of the top of Castle, right? Are you scared of Roof Dirt? Are you scared of Shed? Are you scared of Greenhouse? Because all those are doable right now, but
true.
You could run to Aztec and pick up away the Horde. He's got to weigh his options here. There is indeed barrels in the tree.
Look at that. The seed logic is on point. There's Vine, and that is Generic.
He has decided it is too.
I'm done with my early aisle.
There you go. He's decided it is too time costly to climb Castle from here when you could just run to Aztec and start picking up more stuff. He has Blast in hand now. Aztec is looking really good because you can definitely get Tiny here. And you're liable to have to go back to Castle anyway to go get Diddy. So.
Okay, so here's the thought, right? Outer Isles is Coconut for 6, 8, and Diddy, and Hillside is just 8 and Diddy. So that could, you're right, that could be like Rocket Barrel, or it feels like Rocket Barrel with Diddy Hound, right? But then that means Coconut is path 6 and 6 only somewhere? I'm just not sure where that is, right? Because I thought.
Well, it seems like Barrels is our last lead on E6. So here's a Barrels check. In the tunnels. You can get a key 6 here.
True.
I would be checking everything Barrels. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Everything Barrels includes bosses, so we might be seeing some boss checks coming up because you don't want to get got by Barrels. That would be unfortunate.
Gross. Was coconut used to get those barrels, though? Is my thing? Because like
Yes.
it's on the tree punching side, right?
Oh, actually, wait a minute. Oh, you're totally right.
Because Blast was just in the shop.
You're correct, actually. Wait a minute. Oh, jeez.
So I have to combine coconut or something coconut gives me with barrels?
Coconut barrels? What is that? I mean, that's just the hillside, but maybe it's a different something in the hillside?
Yeah, maybe there's two things on the hillside. That weirdly,
a different coconut cave?
Sockham's Razor would make the most sense, because... Oh, wait, is this a potion?
Okay, maybe...
Light?
Maybe it's this plus barrels? No, never mind. Forget I said anything. Third melon. You know, we need that heal to tank all this quicksand damage right now. It's kind of nice. And for all the divergences they had, they're both in Aztec at about the same time. Which is really funny.
Yeah. The only real major difference, BeardBox does not have barrel throwing. But boom, boom!
So that's a way of the Horde balloon. What do we make of that?
So you just got 10% worse?
I guess. I don't have any idea on that one right now. Underground? Lanky Dungeon? You?
Oh, do you know what it is, maybe? It could just be for getting lanky metal in caves for key 8.
Ooh.
If Greek in a terrible position.
Well, the problem with that is that's not always required. It's nice, but it's not always required.
Well, we might be getting Rocket Barrel and Japes Hillside. And so it might be Rocket Barrel plus Balloon for that, and Grape is hidden in somewhere on the moon. Or, I guess, buy Balloon would be the best solution to where Grape would be hidden if that was the answer.
It takes a very specific set of items to be on Caves and Lanky Metal for that to fit. I think we got to be looking at other balloon checks. Dedicated balloon checks.
Like, sure.
Lanky Underground comes to mind as something that's hinted. Here's key 5. Or this is key 4.
I mean, if we want to use barrels, Castle Lobby is barrels plus balloon.
That fits pretty well too. And if we're looking for something for key 6, that could fit reasonably well. It doesn't explain coconut.
Yeah, I'm still looking for coconut's reason for being on top of key 6.
Yeah, that's a tricky one actually. You're totally right.
Unless it's not coconut, maybe we find Tiny and Outer Isles BFI gets us there?
There's no potions in Outer Isles. It would have to be exactly on fairies. We're out of potions there. The only thing we found there was coconut. And that's the only potion in the Outer Isles.
Yeah, fairies, which is what I was thinking. What if it is? Because we have enough fairies, we have Mini Monkey. Could we just find Tiny and check that?
Could be. Generic prioritizing donkey checks. He's gonna open the llama temple real quick and go see if he can get Tiny out of this. I don't know if anyone... I think one of them might have talked to the llama, but I don't know. I didn't read the reward.
Yeah, me either.
I'm
blind. Put me on commentary. I turned blind.
It do be like that. I mean, I've had multiple bouts of short-term onset blindness, temporary, of course. The llama's just gonna poop out a GB. Oranges in an Aztec shop, though. Oh, Generic's going straight in. It's not Donkey's Metal, by the way. That was Donkey's Metal right there. Not that.
So it's either the 5-door temple or on the quicksand home.
Could be Free Lanky.
Oh, you're right. It could be.
No, it cannot. Not anymore. It is a trombone check. And BeardBox is going to prioritize the 5-door temple.
Well, I mean, it's a good call for him.
I don't know. I think this is just a straight coin toss, actually. This is kind of slow to open up the quicksand cave. If you're not going to, especially if you're not going to do it, if you just look at the barrel and then leave, it's just kind of bad. Just painful.
Yeah. Doing 5-door temple first is probably good. Plus, also, there's increased odds to being 5-door temple. It's not a straight coin flip because we do not have Strong Kong yet, so it's not technically logical.
A little sanity check for, alright, there's Tiny, the 5-door temple. A little sanity check for Generic there, like, alright, Tiny's an Aztec, right? Like, hang on. Are you sure about that? And he leaves instantly.
I have been there before.
Interesting, he leaves immediately. I'm kind of tempted to do Chunky's 5-door temple for density, but... Taking a look at Castle Lobby. Next hint batch, here we go. Diddy Crypt is our answer. Wow, I did not. I would not have guessed that.
It's keg crushing for the grab. Look at that.
Castle Shops, Key 6, Key 8, Donkey Carol, Diddy Carol. That's actually not new information because that's Blast. Simple as that. And kegs. All right, there's our grab check. The 5-door ship is foolish.
Yep.
All right.
So
triangle and I guess we already got barrels. So yeah, just triangle's the big one.
Triangle could be... No, couldn't be living in Hillside, right? That's just gonna be rock.
Couldn't be what?
Triangle. I was thinking maybe that like if the path is like following towards like that it could be like triangle on the hillside and then the kegs has like rocket barrel or something, but I just don't think that's likely.
Possible. I really like Generic's instant reactions to tag anywhere out of hit stun.
Yeah, I've really never thought to do that. Like I've been tagging it anywhere out of like backflip stun, so like I'm like, you know, like I backflip up and then I tag anywhere to like get control of calling again, but I've not really considered like, oh, I've been hit back, let me just react to being hit with a tag anywhere to shorten the stun time. That's kind of great.
I was gonna say, funny enough, they both get tiny and then immediately run to castle, but Generic is like, no, I'm not going to castle. No, I am going to castle. No, I'm not going to castle. No, I am going to castle. Here we go. Final answer.
Which level do I want to be at?
Right. Well, you're kind of digging for tiny right now, right? So, or you're digging for Diddy right now. Castle with tiny gets you Diddy. All we can really do is the whatchamacallit, trash can. Isn't really inspiring. All right, here's a balloon check. Is this?
Okay, he's chasing the balloon. Right?
This could be key 6. Nope. It's looking very likely that barrels is our key 6 answer for some reason or another.
Yeah.
How coconut slots into this though. Did coconuts get us like sniper? No.
No. None of the checks that gave us barrels are locked by coconut. Because sniper was just in the dirt prison. Blast was in a shop. Pineapple was in a shop. And punch was starting. So, I guess for me the question, So technically, the thing in Hillside, Chunky's great in Hillside is barrels locked, right? And locked. That is the one overlapping game for that.
And that
but it would be.
Well, the thing is it might also be doing this funny thing where it is not actually an overlap, and that it's just two separate things. It could be the duplicate hint prevention, which is a system that exists to try and prevent your way of the hordes and paths from hinting the same thing. It softly tries. It doesn't try super hard. It could have worked here. It could be hinting two different items. It could be that the Chunky Cage is key 6, and then there's something else in the hillside that's like rocket barrel or something.
That makes sense.
But then we would need barrels to get us to peanut somehow in that world.
Yeah.
Which could be kegs.
Oh, wait, you're right. Barrels is required for something else. That's the most plausible solution I've heard. That makes tons of sense to me.
Peanut on kegs is kind of brutal. That's a good word. Check your kegs.
Oh, and you know what? It would make sense for them to Peanuts still be on path to 8 and Diddy, because Castle Diddy Crypt is on the way to the Horde, and we have a Castle Underground to 8.
That fits.
So this is fitting quite well. I think you've cooked a winner.
Hang on. Is this Peanuts? Oh no, because that's barrels locked. So we gotta keep that. We gotta keep that spring in mind now.
You're definitely not wrong.
But we're gonna get answers out of Japes. It was 29 GBs to get into Japes, so Generic had no problem getting in. BeardBox is a little bit short, but he is sticking around a little bit harder to try and find Diddy and Castle. Or Generic just bailed. He checked the trash can and just left. Although I think he also got the medal. I might be wrong on that. Not a lot of urgency to get Diddy, though, for some reason. I don't really see a lot of need for it until we get, like, Charge and Peanuts. Nothing else seems like I need Diddy right now.
Like, all his moves are basically locked, are the puzzle with Seed, right? Like, how do we get to Diddy's moves? So until we get to Diddy's moves and solve that puzzle, he's probably not part of that chain. So you can kind of put him off a little bit. You don't want to put him off forever, but yeah.
We can't just leave him in Castle. We need him to beat the game, for starters. We can't just abandon him.
As much as some people would like to. Shout outs to the SMF emote.
Son of a gun. He's at it again. Back to the... Oh, I didn't realize that the Believers and Doubters are on a knife's edge here. It pretty much has to be on Tiny's medal, but BeardBox diverts into... He diverts into Galleon Cranky, or to Castle Cranky, which is going to slow him down. Or are you going to get the medal before 45 minutes is up? He leaves for more bananas. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! There it is!
Believers at the last second coming through with a win.
Alright, well, time to blow everything up, by the way. I saw a red potion in Diddy's cage in Japes. So that could be our Peanut. That is key 7 out of nowhere. Alright, excellent.
I was about to panic. I was like, what key is that?
Excellent. That was hinted, but I just forgot about it, so it was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If anyone asks.
Yep.
So now Diddy's cage could have our rocket barrel. Or Diddy's cage could have our... That could be our rocket barrel now. And that would solve Coconut. Except for key 6. So then it would be barrels, Coconut to key 6, which would then be whatever's in Chunky's cage, which I didn't see, which makes me really mad.
Yeah, I don't think Generic looked to his left because he didn't have Diddy, and he has Chunky and knows he has to do Chunky, so why bother, like, turning around to peek, right? You're just gonna do it anyway.
I'm talking about the Chunky cage. I didn't see the Chunky cage. I saw the Diddy cage. The Diddy cage had a red vial. That's the big one. That's the new info.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
The Diddy cage is the winner, so... With BeardBox coming in here with Diddy is going to be significant. There's key 5.
Is that just all our keys? 5, 6, 7 in Japes? It is. What?
Well, assuming we need to pin down 6 a little bit better.
According to chat, apparently Chunky's cage had a key.
Oh, that had a key? Alright, well, nice. That is key 6 then. Perfect. So that solves all our keys. Which leaves... It leaves Gorilla Gun, Hunky Chunky, Monkey Port, Guitar, and Rocket Barrel, and Peanut. Okay, as I kept talking, more things kept getting added to the list, which isn't good.
But for 45 minutes in, we're flying, we're flying.
We're only missing half our endgame, yes! Okay, fortunately they both got the slam out of the factory medals. This would get real awkward real quick if you didn't have a slam.
And Chunky Medal in Factory is one of those checks that, like, no one wants to do, right? Like, Punch makes it significantly easier, and especially if you get Pineapple and Castle, it makes it very, very easier, but it's still one of those checks that, like, it's like, oh my god, I have to go around the conveyor, or so the moving arms at the top of production. Yeah, no.
Gotta take your sweet time there, yeah. But you had to climb production anyway, so it wasn't too bad, I guess. There's another pack of hints that Generic is putting off looking at, but I would like to see them any moment now. 3, 2, 1, bang. Okay, never mind. I tried. I cannot manifest the actions of the runners. What is that would like?
It's gonna be grab this banana, go up, get the thing from Chunky's cage, pause, then read it.
Oh, there's Hunky Chunky in the hive tunnel. That's huge. And Generic leaves! He's got to come back when he gets Diddy, and that's probably what he's thinking, but you got to run down the hillside tunnel, because Hunky Chunky's there. Or the hive tunnel. That's enormous. That could easily go unhindered. That is a Sphere 0 check, no requirements to that guy. Nothing will point you to that Kasplat unless it gets directly hinted. So, red alert. We have a dangerous hunky chunky position in Qualifier 15. It's not super dangerous, but it's not super likely to get skipped a lot. But if you do skip it...
Fairy Lady is hiding one of her own children as a reward for saving her other children.
Good one.
Very dark.
Thank you, very cool. Generic, I beg you, look at your new pack of hints. There's 4 more hints for you. One of them might tell you where Hunky Chunky is. And see, a BeardBox getting the good word. That's a red potion, and this is a key up here. Go up. Key 6. He's all set on keys then. Because there's 3 keys in Japes, I guess.
Yep, just casually, lightly locked 3 keys in Japes.
Time to start worrying about Tiny's metal. Aaron put this off. He's kind of coming back to it, and he's pretty much all in on this metal, because if it's not this metal, you can't really do anything else. Which is pretty bad.
You need feather or something, right?
Yeah, you would need some way to get in the mausoleum, and then some way to do the mausoleum, which is horrendous. It's not going to be the ballroom. It's not going to be the car race, because you need Diddy to get into the ballroom, and it can't be the boss, because Castle's a level 1. It's too early for that.
Yeah, so it's 2 twirl lock checks, a medal, and a trash can.
I didn't realize he had the shed to do as well, so that makes it a little better. Oh, you can just do this nice little density play here. This is actually pretty good for him.
Yeah, like given his already kind of like existing lead on GPs, this is like not terrible. Like for having to come back into the fast.
All right, the tail of the tape here is key 6 and Diddy K roll. TNS has 1 potion, by the way, if you wanted to just be scared for no reason. That's kind of nice.
So Crown to dictate Diddy is Sniper. Castle Shop to dictate Diddy is Pineapple. So Cave Shop to 8 Diddy Chunky.
What is that cave shop item?
Gorilla Gone?
Must be. But then how does Gorilla Gone get you to... Oh wait, that actually fits perfectly. Okay, never mind, that's Gorilla Gone.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you know it, Hunky Chunky remains unhinted. Uh-oh. It's not that scary a spot, but if you miss it... let's not miss it, team. Right.
Yeah, we're not gonna miss it. I have faith in that.
30 minutes later, the shed is proven to be dead. Shows you what I know. Here comes Tiny's Metal and Castle and Diddy Kong for Generic. He's got a long way to climb, though.
Oh yeah, add on to the number of moves we need for Endgame. Triangle. Where's our triangle? We know something's on the kegs. Where's triangle?
Ooh. What's interesting is you could actually get the triangle hint out of Helm if push comes to shove. Triangle might just turn up randomly, though. Let's see. So that's Pineapple in the Castle Shop. That makes perfect sense. And then the Cremile item is Sniper. Cave Shop is unknown. The Hillside item is probably Rocket Barrel in the Diddy Cage. Cave's Metals could have something there. If we think it's Gorilla Gone in the Cave's Shop, then we can go all in on just Key 8 stuff. So it could be Diddy Crypt could have your triangle, which is horrible. Can't be kegs, but oh gosh, that's a mess.
Any thoughts that maybe the 8 chunky Diddy is to have something in Helm? So we get like an instrument from Helm?
It's possible. Could be something in Helm too. Triangle in Helm. But it's looking like we're at the state where we can get to Helm pretty easily. If we think we know where Gorilla Gun is, and I guess we get the monkey port hint too. You have a bad hit detection man to worry about. Oh boy. That's a second thing locked by triangle, actually.
That's 2 triangles. Maybe Cave Shop is just triangles.
Yeah, so triangle needs to turn up sooner than we think then.
Yeah, like if Cave Shops are triangles, then the bad hit detection man could be like Gorilla Gone, and the kegs could be Rocket Barrel, and that would fit all the things.
I don't think that's going to be Rocket Barrel. I think this guy that BeardBox is running towards right now is going to be Rocket Barrel. I guess they're both running towards it right now.
Oh yeah, sorry, I guess it would be nuts the other one. Like, 1 or 2, right?
Yep, here we go. They're both running at it right now. Let's see what we got.
Are you right? Is this one just rocket barrel and peanuts is later?
Fair enough. I'll take rocket.
It is, yeah.
Perfect.
Oh.
Great pickup there. That sort of solves your japes. And Generic is running to the hive tunnel, so he will not get destroyed by Hunky Chunky being here, and probably unhinted. Which is, you know, a little bit unhinged, but, you know, them's the beats. BeardBox has got to think, where does he want to go here? You got basically the whole world open up to you. Is he going to dump? Check the spring check.
I don't hate dumping. Okay, I guess not, but like, if you need, like, if you want to hit your 45 and 50 hits and just be like, power ahead, know exactly what to do instead of having to, like, take a guess, I don't hate it, especially when you're looking for triangle because of it. But honestly, I think you have to go to cave shop first.
I think that makes the most sense. Can you get into caves, though? Caves is level 7. 30 GBs to get a level 5? You can't do kegs, so there's nothing really interesting in Forest.
Yeah.
Can we get into caves? This is the big question.
I guess the best way to ask that would be to touch them up a little bit. Because you want that hit anyway.
Yeah, you do want that hint for sure. And running around caves lobby is kind of annoying. I guess you're gonna like punch some stuff open and have a look at stuff. You got Strong Kong, you're gonna do this anyway, yeah. Works pretty well.
Yeah. No reason not.
Alright, dumping blueprints, see if we can get into level 7. That is the most tragic butt slam I've seen in some time. That is just brutal. I just barely whiffed it. Oh man. Is it a fat finger input or something? I don't even know.
I have received promises from both these friends that they would save my rabbity boy if possible. And so, if it is triangle in cave shops like you're maybe positing, I better see some saved rabbits.
Oh brother. Here we go. 2 potions in the mills. Not only is there something on kegs, there's something somewhere else. But we don't know if we need the second something else. But there is a little something else there. Alright, 35 to get into castle. That's no problem. Get into caves. No problem. Let's go.
Alright. I mean, this feels like gotta be the play, right? Gotta see what that cave shop's thing is. It's the next, like, most lightly locked, kind of big hinted item, so big ticket. What do we need here? Oh, and this Diddy potion back here. I totally forgot about this Diddy potion factory. What is this?
I don't know if this is a triangle. We have like too much stuff hinted at this point, it feels like, for that to be anything besides just garbage, so Sprint fits in pretty nicely with the garbage.
Generic going left first in caves because there's multiple shops here. I think this is a good route for caves where shops are your most important thing.
You also got to keep an eye on metals in caves, so any and all CBs are valuable.
You know, with Rocket Barrel where it was, I still think maybe it's caves lanky metal. That's my I spy on that.
The problem is that balloon that got hinted away the hoard doesn't actually point to your Rocket Barrel at all, I don't think.
Yeah, it would have to be like a combined thing, but the Rocket Barrel is already on its own, so...
Rocket Barrel is basically freely available.
Yeah.
It could be Caves Lanky Metal, but I don't think that solves your balloon. Is the problem. So even if it is like a perfectly reasonable check to go for, it doesn't really do anything for you. BeardBox, thinking about starting the conveyor. You don't need to do this to do kegs. It does make your life a little bit easier, but it's a little bit slower anyway.
Purple on the lever, is that better?
Purple on the levers? Oh, jeez. Alright, well that makes it a lot better, huh? But what are we looking for? Monkey Paw, maybe? Seems like a reach.
Yeah, could be monkey port.
It's possible. I mean, whatever's on kegs matters. All right, it is triangle in the cave shop. That's our winner.
I was right.
So caves is the way to go. And now we got a little bit of a branching path. We got the toy monster to consider. We have kegs to consider.
Pretty sure this means that toy monster will be Gorilla Gone, and that the Mills one will be Peanuts, the keg version, right? Because we have 8 Chunky Diddy, and so we have to have Peanuts and also Gorilla Gone.
Right, one is Gorilla Gone, the other is Peanuts. Right, there's our trombone as well from Forest Shops. A nice item, but I don't think we need it.
Yeah, I mean, if we do need it, we're really gonna need it. It could be like, there's a couple things in caves where balloon is required, and it would need trombone, so that opens that up. We can even make use of that sprint that BeardBox got earlier. Maybe it's just maybe it's just the sprint cabin. You never know.
Cabin, good grief. That'd be a real doozy. Now, mind you, the main cave is foolish, so Generic is running through here knowing that he's not going to find anything interesting. You just got to pick up CBs on the way and hope you pick the right metal. What is our metal that has something for key 8? Is it monkey port here? Is it bongos? No, we have bongos. Is it guitar? It's probably not anything else. Is enough? He is one short. That is...
One short.
Just the worst.
Yeah, he has punch. He'll be able to punch the man with it.
Early. Alright, caves for a BeardBox. Kinda had to be this way. Now, mind you, he's already dumped all his blueprints and got up to 46 when he didn't actually need you to get into here. 47.
Yeah.
46 for Generic, and Generic has a boatload of blueprints. He's got, looking at, is that 9?
9 now? Yeah, oh wow.
9 blueprints? So he's got a sizable GB lead. He's at 55 compared to BeardBox at 49 effective, 50 now. Maybe that's not that big a lead. Definitely not a given. That said, Caves is definitely feeling like the better play first, just to get your triangle, and then you can branch out from there.
Agree.
I think at this point you just hit the greatest hits and call it a day. I mean, it feels like you kind of just sit pretty until the game, you know, punches you in the mouth. I think we're chilling. How much are we missing? Not Lanky's metal. Unlucky.
Not Lanky's metal. Okay. So we gotta have a balloon. Definitely need a balloon somewhere else.
Last course is nice donkey balloons, or donkey bananas, but it's kind of annoying to do, so understandable. Move on.
Plus we have coconut and bongos. If we want donkeys, we get much easier places.
Not Chunky's metal. Alright, hang on. Come on. Be nice.
Don't be Tiny's metal, please.
Tiny's metal's a huge pain. I think we can get it, but I'm not sure.
We have mini. We would need one more item, I think.
Oh,
like monkey port would do us.
We either need monkey port or feather and sacks. So we do need more tiny moves to get Tiny's metal here. And wouldn't you know it, didn't you see a purple vial on the mills, on the levers? Galleon Caverns Key 8. Well, that's diving probably, so that didn't really tell us a lot. As our last hint. Unfortunate. Alright, Donkey's Igloo probably mainly for CBs. There's a fair few in here. Not Donkey's metal! It's gotta be Diddy's metal or we're in trouble. Unless
we have Rocket Barrel to... Okay, I guess it's Rocket Barrel to 8 Diddy, so it's technically possible.
Right. It still fits. Well, yeah, Rocket Barrel is always required for Diddy's metal as well, so...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But, like, unfortunately, because we have Diddy Helm, there's no way of distinguishing whether it's, like, the correct one or not.
I wouldn't be surprised if you already got Diddy's metal, too, so it's just really scuffed now. However, if you find Monkey Port, you're good to go. So if you just assume it's not Monkey Port on this Caves metal, you're fine. And you'll get Monkey Port maybe out of one of the triangle checks. I don't know.
Agree. And chat, we're not saying that that we can currently get it. We're saying that it always requires Rocket Barrel. Like, no matter what combination of moves you give to Diddy, guitar, peanuts, and everything else, there are too many bananas locked behind Rocket Barrel to not require Rocket Barrel in in caves for Diddy's metal. Same logic with feather bow in Japes for Tiny. There's lots of different items you can use to help get her metal, but you still 100% always require feather bow to be able to get that metal. So, same concept.
Here we go.
Peanuts is probably on the keg crushing in forests, so Bean.
Bean sighting. Blessed seed. Guarded by
So if you get
the worst cop on the force. Alright, we're getting dueling triangle checks here. We're gonna get kegs and toy monster back to back.
Yeah. If we're right, BeardBox will be getting Gorilla Gone on the left, and
I think it's interchangeable. I actually don't think I don't think we have any reason to believe one is in one spot over the other. I think we just get both collectively between these two.
Wasn't there something that said Rocket? Oh yeah, no, it's just Rocket Barrel 8 Diddy. Yeah, the Barrels is on the path to. Oh no, Barrels is 6-8 and Diddy only, right?
Barrels.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Barrels is 6-8 Diddy.
Yeah,
but,
so it has to be. It has to be. It can't be Chunky.
Oh, it's not gonna be Gorilla Gone. Okay.
Yeah. So it has to be Peanuts on the cake one.
So this one has to be Gorilla Gone.
I agree.
So there it is. It's green. Life is good. Last green potion. Gorilla Gone and R&D. And now here comes kegs.
Probably Peanut and some random tiny move that we almost certainly need.
It might be helpful if that's like feather that could help you get Cave's tiny metal.
Yeah.
If not,
With
like
Monkey
coral.
Port, we're in a really good spot because then we have like thing required for end of game, and we can get Cave Tiny Metal.
Number one most wanted is Monkey Port here. That's what we really want to see off that conveyor, but that's not a guarantee. This is where I think the Monkey Port hint would go crazy. If you knew Monkey Port was in a different level, I don't think you'd pick up this purple potion. I think you don't need this.
You're right.
Unless it's in caves, in which case you have to hedge against Cave's Tiny Metal not being able to get Monkey Port. Or unless it being on Cave's Tiny Metal. And if it is on Cave's Tiny Metal, then you have to be much more careful. And go out of your way to check more purple vials to try and find other tiny moves that could get you Cave's Tiny Metal. Here's our kegs. What is this item? Is this Peanuts? Looks like it. Or it's like... Yep, okay. I almost willed charge into existence there, but that is our Peanuts. We do gotta keep in mind charge is gonna be hinted because we need Diddy Crypt is hinted, so that is important.
Yeah, it's gonna be needed. Hinted, maybe not. We don't know if the game's gonna be so kind as to let us even have any sniff of that.
I think that's one of our solo key 8 hints. I think one is Monkey Port, one is Gorilla Gun, and one is Monkey Port, one is it's Feather there. That's pretty nice. Nice pickup, not necessary, but pretty nice. So of our okay, actually now you can get Cave's Tiny Metal out of logic if you do Twirlus into the cave.
Yeah.
If you do Twirl Skip into the Twirl plus Mini Monkey Cave, you can get enough CBs now. Oh boy.
What was the path on diving again?
Diving was punch.
Right. Maybe like Eagle Tower makes some sense? I'm a little skeptical.
Seems like a bit of a reach. I think I feel comfortable with how much I have to go clear out my hinted regions and then start stretching.
Yeah, stretching for where the hoard would go.
Right. It's possible that diving is just a key 8 just because there's a diving minigame in Helm, which would be unfortunate, but it is possible that there's something else. Like, I don't know if either of them looked at the Caverns Splat because Vines came kind of late. Definitely a tricky question here. Alright, Generic is almost over GB'd, I think. He is at, I think that's 10 blueprints and 52 GBs. He's at 62 right now.
Yeah.
BeardBox at 52, 50 GBs and 2 blueprints. Lighter pace, but he's got some stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, a big GB lead, but we're starting to run to the point where we're searching for enough items that GBs are enough to matter.
Right. Gotta follow our hints to the lead, to the end. Follow the hints.
And our runners are just swapping positions, one doing peanut and stuff, and the other one doing really gone. More or less required.
Oh, I see why you were talking about Lanky Gold Tower. It's because Balloon. I forgot about Balloon completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
And that's, I was like diving maybe, but like it's not more likely than say any of the caves balloon plus trombone checks.
You know what
like,
combos? You know what combos with Balloon really well though? Is trombone. And trombone is in a forest shop that BeardBox has, and Generic does not.
True.
So if it's not Gold Tower, then that's danger. Big danger. We do need an answer for Key 8 or for Peanut to Key 8 though. That's not immediately solved. So Shipyard makes a lot of sense. You might be, I think you're onto something with Gold Tower.
Yeah, it could be that. The other option for Peanut to Key 8 could be if the cave's metal is Diddy's metal and guitar is locked behind Rocket Barrel and or Peanuts, then Peanut would be on the path to 8.
Oh, the Crypt would also explain our Key 8. Because we have Underground to Key 8 and we need Peanut for Crypt. So maybe not. Right. What the heck is Balloon for?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
That is a mystery way to hoard Balloon. That's like the worst of all possible worlds. Oh my god. Gorilla Gun from our toy monster. We're chilling. I can't believe either of them haven't gotten the monkey port hint yet because, like, do they just know where monkey port is? Because I do not.
Yeah, I'm lost on where monkey port is, and maybe they just assume it's going to be on either the crypt for underground to 8 or the cave's metal for to 8. Like, I mean, that's actually not a bad. Is there enough knowledge to know that that's where that's going to terminate? Yeah, maybe you do. But if that's the case, why aren't you just like running immediately to do Diddy's metal now that you have Peanuts and Rocket Barrel in caves? Like, so if you know.
Oh, here we go. BeardBox is cooking. He's going to Lanky Dungeon. Trombone, Balloon. Ooh. I think he's cooking. Here we go.
This is and Underground to 8. Wait, this works. This totally works. Oh, and of course, there's another check for us here as well. We have Sniper. We have Peanut.
Okay, monkey port in. Castle with Lanky. What the heck?
It's the Underground.
Oh my god.
See it.
It's Lanky Dungeon.
Yeah,
oh man. And how do you get trombone? You have to just randomly find trombone in a forest shop?
That's not fun.
That's nuts.
Not fun, Dean.
Oh, that's nuts.
I mean, the other option is that, I mean, this is not likely, but the other option is that we need grape, and it's on the sprint locked thing.
I think there's too much unhinted. I think there's too much unhinted for it to be grape. I think trombone, being one step removed from the path, just a forest shop, fits way too well here. Oh boy, this
feels like our world.
If this is it, Generic's in a world of hurt now. Oh, no. This is bad news for him. BeardBox with a huge trombone pull is gonna get his monkey port here, and that will just propel him into the end game. Because now all he needs is guitar now, and he's done. So
yeah,
where's guitar? A Cave's Metal?
We can be pretty sure Cave's Metals, yeah, we can do both. If this is monkey port, we can just do both.
It's gonna be Charge, and then...
Oh, Charge to get monkey port. That
Crypt is gonna have our guitar.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the Cave's Metal might is probably gonna be Charge. Because we have one more step we need to
Diddy's Metal, though, is gonna be Charge. Oh, the problem for Generic is that this sends him away from... Forest. Because he's gonna go back to Castle now and try and do everything. It's not Diddy's Metal!
Oh! Tiny's. And it's monkey port to get that.
Monkey port solves all problems, though. We got monkey port, so now... BeardBox isn't gonna have any problems getting Tiny's Metal in caves. It just works! It just works!
I won't lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you at all. I think this is possibly the best scenario for Generic, because this now pushes Generic to now have to say, I have to go find monkey port or coral. Right. And so he's gonna start looking for answers in well, I guess castle, but once he realizes that he doesn't have anything else in underground castle he can even do, gotta look for places you haven't been.
Oh,
But it's so hard to pull a random shop that you've already, in a level you've already kind of scoured a bit.
Oh, BeardBox, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? We're going to caves. He's looking for caves, tiny metal. This is the $1,000,000 question. What is on this metal?
We're thinking charge to get guitar from underground.
It's got to be charge,
So,
because we still need
yeah.
the underground hint to resolve.
There could
Well,
be an intermediary hint that would just delay things, I think.
not the underground hint, rather, but the Diddy Crypt hint needs to resolve. We know that's hinted way at the Horde. That's probably our guitar now. Where's charge? BeardBox is gonna have to do the whole rigmarole around caves. Run around everywhere, get as many CBs as possible. You know what? A rare coin for the road, why not?
Oh, Generic is thinking of the boss's scouring hint and you're gonna start checking bosses.
It's possible. This fits pretty well. This could be a lanky check, which gives you a potion. This would fit perfectly, actually. I don't hate this.
Yeah, based on the monkey port hint, that makes total sense.
That could be monkey port here. I mean, shoot, it could be barrels lock too, for all we know. The really ugly thing is I think that castle underground hint is actually hinting monkey port, and the crypt hint is unrelated, which is just savage. So worth noting for BeardBox, in order to get Cave's Tiny Metal, he has to go to the Kosher Dirt area. Anything else is out of logic. So it's going to be a bit of a hike.
The one thing that could save Generic here is that if on his pushing for the TNS scouring hints, he were to do forest and like start like climbing the mushroom area for that, he might be able to peek Cranky's shop.
The problem is that mushroom insides are foolish, which makes forest, specifically the mushroom side of forest, really unappealing to go to.
That's good.
BeardBox checking his shops. If you're looking for stuff, check shops. Worked out great in qualifiers so far. Shops are less likely to get hinted because there's no prerequisites. And there's a lot of checks there. 3 per shop at least, or up to 3 per shop. Density doesn't get better than that. That's for sure.
Certainly does not.
Okay, but he might twirl skip to get... He's gonna twirl skip to get Tiny's Metal, which will get him charge, which will skip the trombone. It'll skip the monkey port requirement, but then he'll still not have monkey port, and will still need monkey port.
Yep.
It's kind of a disaster.
And the worst part about being monkey port is he can't even go get a trombone hint.
He's putting the cart before the horse. Like, yeah, you could get this, but like, what's the point if monkey port is needed anyway? Logically, this can't be monkey port.
I guess just wanting to think about where things can be and do something that is like progression while doing it. Like, it's not the worst if you're like desperately needing to think and you think you're just gonna like stand still otherwise. But yeah, ideally you don't want to be doing this like you need the monkey port regardless. But if it's not strictly wasted time, like maybe better than because he can't push any GBs anymore. He's on 64, so what else is he gonna do?
Yeah, the problem is like what is left to think about. He's also got 13 crystals, which is nowhere near enough for this skip. Like, not even close. You need like at least like 15 to be cutting it tight.
I mean, he's gonna pick up these 3 down here, but like I don't even know if it's remotely enough. Like, God. Maybe if you perfect every flip, you could do it, but that just never happened in my life, not once.
Yeah, this is crazy if he's gonna cut it.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm pulling for him. See if he can get it. It's basically gotta be perfect here.
Missing it is really unfortunate because then you have to like go like talk to Cranky or something to go figure the rest of it out, or to go get your crystals back or whatever.
Oh, that buzzer might have.
I think he was well short already. Okay, well he hit the jumps he needed to, but I think he's just gonna be like 2 or 3 short still.
Yeah. That's still unfortunate.
Yep. I guess no. Yeah, given that he has the monkey port hint, I don't know how you can interpret this any other way. You just know that it has to be... This can't be monkey port. Nor could it lead to monkey port. Like, because even if it got you charged and you go to Diddy Crypt, that's not going to be a monkey port because you know it's a lanky chick, not crypt. Fortunately, BeardBox is having to do like everything in caves because caves tiny metal is definitely the worst of them, so it's the last one you're gonna get.
Yeah, there is a concern that maybe BeardBox doesn't know.
But he did do kosher dirt. He opened it up, so here we go.
All right, there we are. Nice.
He's at 60 GBs. He still needs 4 more. He's got 56 GBs and 4 blueprints. 57 GBs and 4 blueprints. He's at 61 effective. Oh, geez, even with this 20 pack, he's still got nothing so far. This is how bad this metal is. This metal is trash.
Oh, yeah.
Straight dumpster.
5 from the back here.
I mean, he needs to keep doing checks anyway, so this kind of works out for him, but he's just going to keep picking up GB. 62 effective, and Generic, I think, is welcome to the casino, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
This one's rough. Where the heck is Trombone, of all things? Trombone in the 11th hour.
Couple of casinos with Hunky and with Trombone here. The thing is, they're both in like somewhat easily found like locations. Like you kind of like go through them when you through levels. But if you skip one of them, they're both in like areas of levels you just don't want to walk back to. So if you skip either of these two ones, your casino is going to be very, very unfortunate.
Right, a leisurely stroll through the caves or river to pick up 45 purple-colored bananas. Here we go. For Chimpy Charge.
There it is.
Alright, and then go get Guitar in the Underground and we're off to the races. Need a few more GBs still. Gotta make this work somehow. I don't know how, but just a couple more.
But with Guitar, are we
good to go.
We just dump Guitar? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, like 50 minutes in, we were like halfway from go mode, and then, you know, half an hour later, here we are. There's the other half.
Explode, yeah.
Perfect. Thing of beauty. BeardBox is gonna be pretty happy with this one.
No, I mean...
It definitely worked out in his favor. The Trombone is in a horrendous location. For being on a shop, it's still terrible. Will people...
He was aiming for top 5, so maybe he'll get there, I don't know.
He's looking to get points. If he has a killer finish, he can get enough points to improve his positioning, climb up a couple seeds. Seeds up for grabs, and then right before the bracket locks itself in.
I think, like, before Qualifier 12, he was in, like, 40th, and I think if he comes, like, at top 5 here, he's, like, possibly pushing out, I don't know what his is, but, like, close to 10th?
He's pushing top 10. If he gets a killer finish here, then he could take it all the way. Here we go. Diddy Crypt. Show us Guitar. The Slam Casino or the Trombone Casino be the bigger killer? I think the Slam Casino, or no, the Trombone Casino by a lot. The Slam on Factory Lanky Metal is not that bad. If you're climbing production, gets you 15 free Lanky Bananas, and that almost entirely gets you the metal. It solves like all your problems. Nobody had any problems with it. They didn't even have great, like, that's not too bad. And there's Guitar. My goodness. He's going to Helm. Well, okay, he's got to figure out his GB situation. He needs 2 more. So, runner, dump, climb to the top of Carmyle, and pray. You got a number of checks to look at here. The Fairy, the Lobby Kasplat, the Chunky Bonus Barrel would get you your 64th. All 3. Come on. Show me the money.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, you've not been up there with Monkey Port yet, so the likelihood is that there is at least a banana up there between that or the final barrel that Chunky can get to a throw gun. So, betting on one is not terrible.
The truly agonizing part of all this process is that even if Generic finds his trombone, then he has to figure out what check to do with the trombone. Like, I mean, guess
true.
You might just immediately gamble on Lanky Dungeon. Tricky
well, he
gamble,
has a hint from Monkeyport. He has a hint from Monkeyport saying it's Castle with Lanky. I mean,
yeah,
I think you get that trombone, okay. You know what to do, right?
Yeah, he's just looking for Lanky moves. Problem is, if he gets Grape, he might try the Mausoleum, or he might try Lanky Tower, which would be brutal.
That would be. God,
the Lanky Tower even makes sense because Balloon is hinted.
Oh god, I think that might break my spirit if I was like looking for like a casino item and I got Grape and ran to tower, I was like, go, go, go! And then it was like a fairy or something. Ew. Oh.
Alright, there's the 64 GB for BeardBox, so he is chilling. Race to the finish.
Gonna see like about a 10-minute thing here, like so like a 134, 133. Do we have a tiny phase? No, we do not. So yeah, like a 133-ish right here.
It's pretty good. It does depend on how the rest of the lobby does. His situation right now does depend on the rest of the lobby. Please don't be Grape Shooter here. Oh, he's broke. That's
he doesn't even have the coins for it. Oh, he's going to go farm tiny coins. You know.
I don't know what would be more sad, if that were Grape Shooter or if you didn't have enough money to buy the vial at Galleon.
And then it was Grape Shooter.
That's just brutal. We don't even have a tiny key roll to slow us down. We've got Chunky, either Chunky or Donkey.
We know Donkey.
And Diddy. All we know is Diddy's last,
Donkey.
as far as order goes.
Yeah. We saw Donkey on the hint for Blast, so it's Chunky, Donkey, Diddy. Which is ideal. Where do you think Generic is going to end up checking next?
He's in a level 2. He just cleared out level 1. He might just.
So we're going up.
He might just go in order. Yeah, that's rough. I think. I mean, all right. I'm gonna level with y'all. I learned my lesson from the qualifier yesterday. You just run to the shops you haven't been to yet, and good things happen. Okay, there's Twirl. That actually gets him the medal. He doesn't have to do the monkey port skip anymore. But the problem is it gets him charged, which gets him guitar, but it doesn't get a monkey port, so it's like,
Oh, and that invalidates the whole logical chain. Like this whole time we were thinking, oh, trombone is the thing that like solves this for you, right? And now that Twirl's here, there's a straight up other solution. So it's like not even required that trombone be like as easily accessible. Oh no, he's gonna have to check everything now.
This is just classic metal logic, metal paths, vintage right here.
Yep.
Two equally convoluted paths that get you there, and I think it's hinted. Have fun. Alright, here we go. BeardBox charging his way through Helm. He's on the second room. Room 2 of 2.
What level was Forest again? 6?
Forest is level 6, which is deep.
Okay.
If he's going in order, this is going to be rough, but I really feel like the giant mushroom area is not that bad a look. Even with the inside's foolish, there's a lot of stuff that is lightly locked, right? All the Kasplats on the outside, even the Rocket Barrel at the top isn't that bad, because Rocket Barrel... Man, if this...
It's ironic, weirdly. Grape is possibly the worst item you could find, but after all the bad stuff that happens to him when he finds Grape, it does push him towards Owl Tree, and then he maybe finds the solution that way too. So like, Grape would be just backbreaking, but also maybe possibly faster than the other outcomes. So probably check everything below.
One thing you don't want to do when you get unhinted items is chase the unhinted item. It just doesn't make sense unless you know that unhinted item is the item you need. Like, following up on Grape checks will just lose you so much time so often, because what are the odds that 2 portions of the chain are unhinted, right?
That's true.
Like, the odds that 1 portion of the chain is unhinted is pretty reasonable. Like, not uncommon. I mean, we see casinos relatively frequently in Season 3, not like super common, but They're certainly not uncommon. You have to prepare for this eventuality that you're going to be in a horrendous time. But a double casino? Those are a lot harder to come by. So throwing bad money after bad money is kind of the problem. The reason why Grape is so bad is because it would send Generic into Castle to try and find Monkey Port, which just sends him in the wrong direction. He would go check Lanky Tower and use. Yeah, so the only Twirlock CBs and caves are also Monkey Port locked, but there is a tiny balloon inside the mini Twirl cave, and you can skip Twirl to get in there, and that's enough. If you do that combined with other things with Feather, it is enough.
Yeah, there's a 10 in the river, 10 in the balloon that's near Warp 2, 5 on the 3-pad, 10 in the particular one right there, and
And this is all contingent on you having Feather, obviously.
Yeah, you have to have Feather for it.
And as BeardBox enters K. Rool, he's fighting for a top time. He wants a top 5 finish here to like lock in a really good time and move up places in the seeding. And wouldn't you know it, nobody is done. We've got killers in this lobby, and nobody is done. That trombone is looking mighty lethal today.
Have we seen? I don't know if it happened yet, but have we seen a first place on Restream yet?
I think we got a second place. At least I think I saw a second place, but maybe. I've been playing the last couple quals, so I haven't been paying a ton of attention to the latest ones. I'm not up to speed.
I feel like if he can pull this out, it might be the first in the last possible chance, the first time we see a first place in Restream on the Restream.
Well, when we approach the 1v1s, we're gonna get a lot more of those.
Oh yeah.
Exciting times. I think the 1v1 stage will start whenever we get everyone confirmed for the tourney. This will take a minute, so this might be like a week or so. And probably after Labor Day is when we can maybe start seeing matches. I'm not sure. This is like early projections. I do not run the thing. I do not, Tudos knows all. And he's in the middle of the race. This is the last thing he's thinking about right now. He's thinking about, where's my trombone? I need my trombone.
Yeah. Both of these players will be seen again in top 32. Both of us will be seen again in top 32. No, not the potion. What potion was that?
It's a white vial. There's no way you get it, right? Like, at best, that's like at best, that's a slam, and that's literally 2 checks. That's horrible. I mean, it could be the Beetle Race is one, and that is Balloon, so I don't know. If you're feeling spicy, then, oh, brother. It's all bad. Alright, he's in level 3 factory, though. He's working his way up. Next stop is Aztec, I guess.
No, he is.
He's in the spin cycle right now. The slot machine is spinning. BeardBox, give us a flip for the people.
This is sadly how it works, right? Like if you start casinoing in one direction, you don't just suddenly change directions mid-sea.
Alright, well, we spoke too soon. BeardBox will not be getting first place, as Kilvaris takes first place with a 131.02. He also went to Force Cranky and found his trombone. Wouldn't you know it?
Definitely.
But BeardBox is fighting for a top 2 time, which is crazy. This could easily be his best time, which would give him, like, a ton of points and rocket him upwards. Yeah. This is exactly the kind of seeds he needs.
I mean, he was, what, 1 Diddy face behind Kilvaris here?
It's very fast. That's fast.
Incredibly fast.
Good combination of good play and a healthy amount of luck. Like we gotta be honest here. Finding trombone randomly when it's surprise needed is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. Like obviously, like you want to check all your shops anyway. By the way, check your shops, everyone.
And he clocks in second place in this lobby with a 131.58, an absolutely massive result for him. That is huge.
Very, very impressive.
He crushed it today. Let's see if we can say hey and give him the what's good. GG. We'll pull him in now. Oh, good morning to you, Mr. BeardBox.
Jeez, well done.
Yeah, I'm shaking over here.
I can imagine. It's gotta be nerve-wracking.
Alright, you know what did everyone in?
What was it? The slam on Chunky?
It's the trombone.
No.
trombone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That trombone is in an ugly spot.
it is. Yeah, I wandered over there because I misread my hints, you know, classic, and I lucked into it. Yeah, that was a very lucky spot.
Sometimes it just works. I mean, it's such an ugly spot because you have, like, what, the mushroom insides are foolish. You're going to the mills. Why would you ever go to the mushroom area?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
wouldn't you know it?
It worked out for me. I'll take it.
Wouldn't you know it? That's exactly what you need.
Yeah. Anything in this seed that you found particularly challenging or like unique? Like you've clearly been doing very well recently, so I'm just interested on your take.
Yeah, the path to like 6, 8, and Diddy, starting very early, and how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 hits leading to all of that. So that was a crazy path.
Yeah, it turns out that when that has like barrels on it and cake crushing is required, it just like blows up your hints with like several of the everything's pointing here. Same reason that like Helm has that happen as well. It's like, oh, everything is on the path to 8 and something else because there's something in Helm. Right, there's a deeply locked, like 5 or 6 item locked thing that has something important for you. Yeah. No, you did a very good job putting that puzzle together, though. We were trying to put together on the restream. It took us a bit for us to even get to, like, oh, key 6 in a cage, and then a different cage has a Diddy move, right? But you seemed on top of it the entire time.
Yeah, there was definitely a couple times where I was lost and I was trying to figure out where to go next, but I figured, you know, just keep moving, collect bananas, you'll piece together as you go. Get more hints if you need to.
Worked out pretty well. Worked out great. And yeah, that key 6 path was kind of wacky, especially when you just get a C key 6 at some point and then the hints keep coming. Like, you make your way into Japes, you're like, oh, yep, that's key 6, all right. You go get key 6, and then the hints just keep piling on, and it's like, oh, boy.
Oh, God,
I get it.
So much longer. There's so much more to do.
Free sniping, I get it. Chill, chill. I think every component of it got hinted. Pineapple, sniper, blast. Yeah, pineapple, sniper, blast, and punch all got hinted. It's like, okay, I got it. Barrels, it's here. and the barrels themselves got hinted, so it's just like, okay, I got it. The cheeky bit was that coconut didn't get you to tree sniping, so you had to piece together that coconut led you to key 6 somehow, and then it's like, okay, coconut plus barrels. That's my hinted chunky cake, which makes perfect sense. But then what about the rest of the hillside? And oh wait, we'll just poop out 2 more keys in Japes, why don't we?
Yeah, there was what, 3? Was there 2 or 3 in Japes? There's 3. Right?
There was 2 on there's 1 on the shop, 1 inside the con cage, and 1 in the the chunky cage behind coconut. So 5, 6, and 7 just said here, solve your key problems.
A very nice Japes. You love to see it. I mean, it had. Wow. Okay, looking at the trackers, we got Spring there, Strong Kong there, Rocket Barrel, and Hunky Chunky out of nowhere. Hunky Chunky unhinted completely, by the way.
Yep.
So that's another spicy one.
That's the other one. That's another one that could possibly eat people up.
That one's in a much more reasonable location. Like if you're clearing out Japes,
like
you're not missing the hive tunnel. Like Generic even like skipped it on his first pass and then went back for it later and it was like, all right, it's worth it. It's a good like it's a density play even. There's 2 checks there. And you might make the same argument that Forest Cranky is a decent density play because there's a bunch of checks there, but here we are, an hour and a half into the seed and only 2 people are done. So make of that what you will.
Oh yeah.
Whew.
So this finish, it's a great way to lead yourself into the Season 3 tournament. No idea who your first opponent's going to be, but are you excited?
I'm thrilled, yeah. I'm very, very excited. I feel like every seed that I've been playing, I've gotten better and better. Like, second place is massive for me.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if this is not your new best score, which would bump you up a healthy number of ranks.
Yes.
Agree.
Into the top 10, I think.
Gives you a more favorable match round 1 for sure. I mean, that being said, these qualifiers have been straight killers across the board in some cases, and so any given donk day, right? Like anyone can beat anyone. So Now, I can't help but notice that you didn't save my boy.
Yeah, I realized I promised that I would, and then I was just feeling so good, and...
There was a moment your speedrun's more important.
You also didn't get the
Next-
bean, so
No.
we gotta
Oh, where was the bean?
we gotta knock some points on that. It's behind Dark Rafters in the crate.
Oh, okay.
And it's not even that far off the beaten path. I mean,
Yeah, I meant to go back there, but I just...
you got stuff to do. We got a third place finisher with Alpha. Now I think. Oh geez, another clear vial. There's no way. There's no way you take that bait, Generic. No way. I think Generic is clearing out his japes really fast, and then he's been working his way up the levels. So Forest is next. So as long as he loses to Cranky, all is well and good.
Yeah.
And then he's got to do a whole rigmarole, because one of the really ugly things about that monkey port is that it logically locks your tiny metal. Or it practically locks your tiny metal. Once you get monkey port, you know you can get Cave's tiny metal. So your like #1 priority should be finding monkey port. The problem is that the monkey port is like, or getting monkey port is locked behind trombone, which makes it really annoying to find. So like right now, Generic could go back to Cave's and get his Cave's tiny metal, but for what? You would get guitar. You would get your charge, go get your trombone, or you get your charge, you get your guitar, and then you're just in the same situation you were a few minutes ago. Just everything about this trombone is tragic, given how useful it is and just how horrendously placed it is.
Oh, interesting. I think maybe someone had found both slams, so...
I would not be surprised. Any spies in the chat want to like drop some lore?
I'd be super interested to hear where the other slam was.
I thought it was factory. Was it factory lanky metal or factory chunky metal for the slam?
It was chunky.
Chunky? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier in the scene. It's like, oh, punch sort of helps you, but it's still a really bad battle. You sometimes end up skipping.
Oh, and in classic casino fashion, Generic decides to skip level 6 and go straight to level 7. This is the nature of casinos, is that it's literally always in the last place you look, and so it will be back in the last place he looks.
I feel so bad. I feel
that one's
so bad.
That one's rough. The funny thing is, though, is because there's only 4 people done now. We got Violet Pumpkin rolling in at 4th. Because there still isn't a 5th person done. It still might be worth fighting the good fight to try and truck it out and see what you can find. See if you can make your way into the top 5 and get some points for you.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there's still a lot of possibility for Generic to climb or maintain himself at a high position. I think once a 5th person finished and like there's maybe like 5 minutes go by or something, we might see Generic wave the white flag.
Right.
No,
So
no sense in
the way the points
tilting
work for that purpose is that only your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th best races out of 7 count. So this is the 7th for the both of you two, and because BeardBox's score is like probably his best score, it will drop his worst score and become his best score, which means his previous best will then replace his previous worst, which gives him a bump of like, I don't know, a couple dozen points, maybe like almost 100, maybe something like that. But for Generic, you're not going to lose points for having a bad qual. You just won't gain anything, right? If he just like DNFs right now, he just goes to... It just becomes one of his bad seeds that he just drops. It doesn't affect his position at all. So he's not going to get a chance to rise out of ranks unless he finishes like right now. We got 2 more finishers. Yeah. Bang, bang. So there's 6 people done. Kind of the end of the road.
Yeah, so the clock is officially stopped on where the average is. You can calculate what the average time is at this point, and you basically have like maybe 5 minutes, maybe 7 to sort of get towards. He's doing it.
Well, 4 people just finished within a minute. That's classic. I hope nobody else is in Diddy phase. That's the.
Oh no.
Oh, 5 people just finished in a minute and a half. There you go.
They were all in Diddy phase on top of each other.
Yep. Yep. That's a classic. Oh no. Oh, he just blew up the rabbit and forfeit right there. Oh, what a Oh, man. That's good. He's a showman at heart.
No.
Alright, we'll see if we can pull him in and give him a good talking to and give him the word. Give him a good word. Let's pull him in. Hang on, I gotta move some stuff around. Morning.
Morning.
Monster.
Alright.
This is everyone in the lobby's fault. I was here saying, let's just have a good seed for once, everyone. Let's go. And then
Yeah.
Flargo's over there just making a nice little DK64 randomizer seed casserole. It's great. And then everyone in the lobby comes in and throws rocks into it.
Yeah, I do be like that sometimes.
This seed was going so great, and then this ending happened.
And then it just
Would you
all
like to
comes
know-
crashing down.
Would you like to know where your casino is?
I'm assuming we're looking at either the lanky dungeon check or the lanky tower check, because that would make the balloon make sense.
It is in fact
so-
Lanky Dungeon.
So either we're looking
So-
for trombone or grape somewhere.
Yeah,
It's Lanky
It
Dungeon.
is Trombone.
You're looking for trombone. And trombone is on Forest Cranky.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So
Yep.
I'm trying to play fast, and I didn't clear forest for density, so I'm own this seed. That's a randomizer.
Yeah, this is
You ended up
it's
casinoing from bottom up, so it was unfortunate. You just weren't going to get there. If you pick like top down, just like on a coin flip, maybe you get there faster. But it's hard to pick that, right?
Yeah,
can you do?
that's casinos in a nutshell.
yeah.
So I kind of figured at this point I can watch my score go down, or I can just go talk about the seed. So
Watch everything.
I'm already
quality
in
this.
like top 15 guaranteed, so I don't, whatever. But I like to scoot up a little bit, yeah. But I'm not
Nothing to
gonna
lose. You're
sleep
playing
over
with
it.
house money, but
Yeah,
sometimes the house goes, or sometimes you go bust doing that.
yeah. Ah, well.
Yeah.
GG though, BeardBox.
Yeah, GG.
I'm assuming you did go over to the forest.
Yeah, I was
side.
I was kind of lost and lucked into it, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just works. So
Yeah.
wouldn't you know it? This seed wasn't content to just have one casino. You also had to randomly find Hunky Chunky unhinted.
That too.
You also had to
And the
randomly find a
slam.
slam unhinted.
Yeah. Now, of course, you can make the argument that they were all very easy to find. Yes, all three of those things were very easy to find. But if you just don't happen to go over there,
But if you
or,
miss- Any one of them, it's a disaster. Any one of
Yeah.
them is a complete train wreck. And that's it's just a 1-2-3 punch into the seed. That's brutal.
Fortunately, at least the slam kind of has to be like it locks a lot of your stuff, so it really has to be at some of those earlier levels. So it is at least a little bit easier, but it's also on a terrible metal that like if you don't do in your first pass through factory, you're really hoping not to ever do. So it's nasty.
I think with punch and an early pineapple, it's not too scary, but it is definitely a potential problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you have one potential problem in the seed, you can somewhat reasonably go, yeah, right, most people are going to have that. But the more of those potential problems with like low chances of becoming a problem, but they can become a big problem that happen, is people are just going to get tripped on one of them, like more often than not. Especially an easy check like that, you don't want to have to go back to an location that's like, oh, my inner mushroom is dead and I've already kind of gone around, so I don't really want to go back and force just for that shop in like 2 checks. Or, oh, I don't want to have to go back into Japes, I cleared all the way through. I didn't really go up high tunnel. Okay, well, I don't have feather, so it's 2 checks. Not what's likely it's there, haha. Right? Like, it's difficult to go to those checks if you miss them. They're considered easy checks for routing, but if you don't route them in the first time, oops.
Yeah. When are you really gonna do them?
We got the whole Las
Yeah.
Vegas strip on this one. We got a casino in Castle, we got a casino in Japes, we got a casino in Forest. Just sprinkle them all over the place just to
no.
make it
Oh.
horrible.
Oh no, the race room is becoming a graveyard.
It is indeed a
Oh, no.
bloodbath. As people have decided that, I've got my 7 seeds in, I do not need to find my trombone that badly, or I do not need to
Yeah.
find my hunky chunky that badly, or I do not need to find my slam that badly. Everyone, it's
just drop this one. It's not worth the headache at some point.
The top 5's in. Just get me out of here.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, even once you find trombone, you still have to do like 3 more things. You have to go get your monkey port, and then go get a medal, and then go do crypt, and then you have to visit castle twice after finding trombone, which is just insanity. Just, oh
Yeah. That's just... Yeah, because I'm assuming, like, that over there is... Gosh. Would that be Chimpy Charge? No, wait, that's Monkey Port. To then go to caves to go get Tiny's medal to get Chimpy Charge. To then go down into Diddy Crypt to go get guitar, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Got
That's
it
the
in one.
sequence there. Yeah.
Yep.
Got it in one.
The whole chain's there except for trombone.
And all this could have been avoided if we had 40 for a medal instead of 45.
Well, yes and no. You're still kind
Curse you, K-Rule!
Well, yes and no. You still need a trombone. So even you could have gotten Tiny's medal too, with what you had, but I mean, you get your charge, you get your guitar.
Yeah.
Then you're in the same boat you were 10 minutes ago, and
Yeah,
monkey port just
you're
gets you
right.
the medal so much easier. So why not just go look for a monkey port first? It's just, ugh.
But then I'm not thinking about it constantly.
Yeah.
I can only think about one thing.
monkey port, or so the medal with feather and mini and port, and optionally let's see. No, wait, you still need monkey port. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah.
I
There
am
are
wrong.
40.
Never mind, you still need monkey port. There's only 40.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
You
okay.
needed either monkey port or sax.
I guess I'm just making stuff up. All right. I was so sure, but then I was just wrong.
Yeah. And sax is who knows where. Maybe someone in the lobby found it. I don't know.
Kudos didn't see DK in the factory cage.
Oh, brother.
Oh my gosh.
The Donkey
classic-
Kong Casino. That's a new one.
A classic case of gamers don't look up.
New development on the DK Isles strip.
It's very easy to tell if there's not just a random item in the middle of the floor there. Look up. There's something there.
All right. It's like, wait, there's no check there. That's not right.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Oh,
I can
no.
jump scare you though. Well, thanks for gaming, team. This has been a good seed, and I think
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up here. This has been
gonna
all
be
15 qualifiers. We got them all restreamed. I'm pretty happy about that. Coming up, the bracket, the top 32 bracket. We're gonna try and restream a whole bunch of stuff. There's also the beta bracket for seeds 33 through 64, because we had so many people play in qualify. We had, what is this, up to, let's see, this looks like we got 82 people with qualifying points. We gotta cut to 64, unfortunately, but because that's a lot of you. That is a lot of you. That's for sure. But there's gonna be so much donkin over the next month and a half, or month or two, probably 2 months or so. I don't even know. It's gonna be a lot of donkin. So much donkin, I don't even know how long it's gonna take. Donkin around the clock. Donkin 100 years. 100 years donk. You don't want to miss any of it, so make sure you're following DK64speedruns.com. Or DK, no, wait. That's probably not a real thing. DK64randomizer.com is where you want to be. You want to be sure you're following DK64 Speedruns, YouTube as well. We're going to, it all ends up on YouTube, as you all know. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the drill. Amen.
Also, I think we don't know the exact cutoff line for top 32 this year, but last year it was what, like 1900 points or something like that?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and this year it's absolutely going to be somewhere above like 2300, 2400. So
It is above
a
2500, yeah.
huge jump. It's wild. So that's just really cool. I think that like the community as a group has like not only gotten bigger but like gotten more skilled as well. So it's going to be a really good tournament, guys.
It's going to be so good. You're not going to want to miss a second of it. But, qualifiers are complete. Life is good. We move on to 1v1s. The drama. Double elim. It's going to be wild. Probably, if I'm gonna tentatively guess off the cuff, that will probably all start sometime after Labor Day. Not entirely sure. We'll see. But I'm not the guy with all the scores in front of me. I don't have to be the one that builds the bracket. Leave that to the boss man himself.
Good luck scoring this one.
I mean, this one should be nice and simple. There's no, except for the bit where 5 people finished within a minute and a half. There's no ties. Oh boy. Alright. Thanks for watching, team. Thanks for playing, guys. Hope you had some amount of fun. Some of you may have had more fun than others. No need to name names. But That'll be
People
right.
had fun. Fun
Yeah.
people look for Donkey Kong.
Ash, it's been a pleasure. If you're in need of more Donk content, you gotta go check over watch the Fatales run. That's a good one too.
Yes, it's up on YouTube already. It was a pleasure to do and a pleasure to have everyone in the community show up. So I know all of you probably seen it, but for those who haven't, please go give it a watch. It was a fantastic run, and it was just really cool to be able to do that for charity and to show off this wonderful game.
All right. That's a wrap, team. Thanks for watching. We're gonna send y'all off to a good friend of the stream who happens to be donking right now. He's doing something wacky. Up to no good. Trying to hunt down the DK rap. Performing for you. Send y'all off. Thanks for watching, team. Catch y'all on the next one. Morning.
Morning.